Hello guys, welcome to my new video. As you can see, I have a very special 3D print tank design in here. It has 145 unique parts with over 200 total parts. I used 5 different PLA colors from GearBest, and also at this point I would like to say that GearBest is celebrating its 4th year anniversary, so you guys can grab some of the filaments cheaper. Check the links down below. This tank is designed by Kang Kangs over 2 months. I put his links down below with the STL files you might want to grab. Go check the links on Thingiverse and show him some love with your support, guys. I scaled up STL files by 400% because otherwise printing is a little bit hard and you may need proper SLA printers, which you may find their links in the description below too. Overall length of our tank is around 40 centimeters and the width is around 15 centimeters and the height is around 16 centimeters when the weapon is down. Here are our 145 unique parts to assemble this tank, and I 3D print them with 5 different colors: gray, army green, black, and also I print some parts with blue and the lights with yellow. Also guys, I would like to show you my tools that I use to remove the sport material from these parts. I use a steel tweezer. I'm going to use a super glue to assemble the entire part. My X-Acto knife, my deburring tool. Deburring tool is really nice. It's my favorite tool for removing the brim structure. I will show you how to remove brim structure with this one later in another video. And these are my file tools to make the parts fit into each other. And this is my table, as you can see. And let's start assembling our tank. First of all, I'm going to start by getting my base plate, which is this one, and attaching these small holders into these corners. Let's start doing that. And I'm going to use my super glue in each places so that it will hold the piece together. And I'm going to insert my holders. The really good thing about this glue is basically it is gel. That's why it's helping me to stabilize them very fast. Then we are going to assemble these side plates, and there are these small holes that will be inserted into these holder places, but I need to file my holes a little bit so that they can fit in, because sometimes there are these tolerance problems where your parts doesn't fit in, and I'm going to glue these ones in. Now let us attach the second piece. This section is done. Next I'm going to get these two parts, tongue thread holder and the main board, and assemble them into each other by using these holes right over here. And these holes are okay for my. What I'm going to do is to glue the pillars, these 3 pillars, into this side right over here so that it will fit in. Now I'm going to glue these big pieces together on top of each other. What I'm going to do is to put some glue on top of these holders. The section where we are going to connect them is basically indicated here. These 2 plates has to be aligned at this section like that. You need to hold this for a bit so the entire thing combines. After that we are going to get this small piece and connect it into our big piece from here like this. Now we are going to get our green piece with a plate and fit that into this hole right over here. Now we are going to connect our controller sticks. So these are the smallest 3D printed pieces probably in here, and I'm going to fit them into these holes, as you can see. If you want, you can dip a little bit super glue to the bottoms of them so that they can stay there forever. Next we are going to get these 2 tubes and put them into these holes right over here. I'm going to drop a little bit glue And then we are going to get the caps for these cylinders and put them into. Again, I'm going to use a droplet of my super glue to hold them in place. Now we are going to assemble our seats. What we need to do is to get these pieces together and then insert the gray one towards the seat as a seat into this seat holder, and then down to this main one. And this one is done. Let's do the same again. Be careful with these orientations because these seats has insert knobs in the bottom, so this is how you orient them. So this is the orientation of those knobs. Now it is time to assemble the vertical portion of our seats. Assembling them is a little bit hard because this holder right here is very tiny and this hole doesn't fit well. So again, by using my circular file tool, I filed my hole and opened it up. So it's going to be like using the force, I'm going to fit that one in as much as I can. So as you can see, like this. And now, like this. And I'm going to drop again a little bit of a glue and fit them in. Okay, now it is time to assemble our engine compartment. What I'm going to do is to start with this part and fit this I don't know the name of this piece, but fit this piece in here like that, and then fit this section. Okay, it fit in the other way, and then fit this section. Okay, it's not gonna hold, so I'm going to use my glue again at this point. And then I'm going to assemble my engine compartment. Okay, it's not gonna fit into, so I'm going to use my glue at this point again. And then turn it like that. And I need to hold it for a bit so that it can dry. Now I'm going to put this cap on here. Okay, it's not gonna fit again. It's too loose, so I'm going to use my glue again. Okay, so right now I'm going to put this cap on top. Again, I need some glue here. To the side a little bit, it will hold it. I'm just gonna make one turn and hold it like that. We are going to assemble these shafts in here. Again, I will need some glue. And then these knobs to the shafts. Okay, we need to wait for a while in here. While we are waiting, I'm going to glue this knob to the shaft too. Now we are going to get our exhaust manifolds and glue them on top of our engine compartment right over here. What I'm going to do is dip 2 glue pieces and then glue that one down. And you need to hold it for a bit so that it stabilizes. As you can see, 2 holes emerge towards the front of our engine compartment, and we are going to attach our exhaust in there. Now we are going to assemble this section on top. And I'm going to put it in like that. Let me glue it on top. Bam. Now we are going to put our exhaust. As you can see, there are these holes right down here, and these hooks are gonna attach in there. So I'm going to attach this one right like this, and this one like this. Okay, this is our tank. What we are going to do, take our engine on top of it, and first align these holes with our cylinders right over here, and then insert these exhaust pipes to the holes in there and put our engine into its place. And this is how it looks. Okay, now let us continue with the next steps. Now we are going to assemble our engine hood into the hole right over here, and our engine hood, this piece, will get in there, and you need to little bit push for it and it fits in. Now we are going to assemble this big circular piece right on top of this section. I'm going to use my glue on those two pillars right over here, and then I'm going to put this one on top of where I glued. Right now we are going to install these two complex pieces, and these pieces have assembly points. There's this section, this hole, there's this cut on top of that hole. Right now I will start by connecting this hole right into here. As you can see, this one is connected, and I'm going to do the same thing for this section too. Now I'm going to get my green piece and fit it into these holes. There's one over here and there's one over here. Okay. Now we are going to get other circular piece that holds this section and fit that one in. Now we are going to place our other thread holder to here, but I'm going to use a little bit glue in here in this section. As you can see, these holes are inserted into the main body. Now I'm going to attach these holders to these 14 pins in each side of our tank, and this is the bottom of our tank. So okay, this side is done. Let's move on to the other side. Okay, now it is time to assemble these small pieces to these square attachments. There are 6 on each side. Okay, now I'm going to glue the other side too. Now we are going to assemble these 2 small pieces on each side. Right here, there's a section to insert them. Okay, after you fit these 2 together by using the force, you get our tank and insert this one to this section, hold it in there for a bit, and you will get this piece, and you will attach this pillar into the hole of this section, and then you will insert the second hole to right in here. So these will get connected like that. Right now what I'm going to do actually is to glue them, because they are not going to stay in piece. Now let's do the other side too. Let's get these small pieces that we have, and what we are going to do is to install them into these holes right over here, and one in this side too. Be careful with the alignment, because after you glue them you won't be able to move them anymore. Get our tire holders like this. They divide into the 2 groups, and the group that you are going to use at this side, as you can see this orientation, has to look this way, like this. And I'm going to glue these together too. Okay. Right now we are going to assemble the track tires. We have 16 of each. And what we are going to do is to fit them in together. And I don't need to glue them because they are gonna fit tightly. There are also smaller version of them right in here, and what I'm going to do is to put them on top of each other, and I will get my shaft and put it in, and then glue them into the section where I'm going to assemble them like this. So basically I will first put the glue into these shaft holders, and then I'm going to prepare this sub-assembly and fit it in. Let's move on to the second side, and I'm going to put the glue again. Okay, as you can see, our sub-assemblies for the smaller tire holders are done on each side. Right now it is time to assemble these track tires into these sections right over here. I already attached the shafts into the holes that are going to hold our track holders to make sure that they fit in. So you can do the same thing too, of course. What I'm going to do is to reassemble them like this and fit it in. But again, I'm going to use some piece of glue so that they will be stabilized. Okay. Okay, right now before we install the tracks, we are going to create this driving gear sub-assembly. Let's see how we are going to do it. Initial part, we will get this part and we will get one of our rings, put that one in, and then this is the ring holder that will go down, and we are going to put it in and install it, and then put the second ring on top as well, and then we are going to put our smaller gear on top. What we are going to do is to glue the last section. And bam! Okay, at this step we are going to get our longer shaft, plug it into our gear assembly like this, and then I'm going to put little bit glue in here and then fit this one on top of it and insert the shaft, and it is done. Now I'm going to insert my thread into the section, attach the gear into the thread like this, and then attach the other half of the thread from the back side, and then what you need to do is to connect them. Connection might be a little bit hard because the space in here is really tight. You might want to push the thread from each side to connect. You need to do the same thing for the other side too. As you can see, our thread fit properly, and I already did the second side, as you can see. Unfortunately, as you can understand from the assembly, these threads are not gonna turn. Our tank is becoming more beautiful every time. At this step, what we are going to do is to get these side panels and attach them to the holes right over here. And there's one more attachment hole in here too. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the other side too. Okay, now we are going to attach these covers to the back side of our plate. There are two holders in here too, but I'm going to again use my glue to make my connections secure. So I'm going to get my piece and put it on top of these connections. Okay, our mud shields are attached, as you can see, like this. Okay, now we are going to assemble our cover, engine hood cover, like this. Now it is time for more mud shields. We are going to attach them to places here. And put the glue on these. Now I'm going to place this cover where people go in and out to the tank, but I'm also going to glue this one down. And after I glue that one down, I'm going to install my lights to these holes. Right now I'm going to assemble these three pieces on top of my plate, so that when I'm assembling this one here, there are these holes where these babies will get in, so that it will be aligned well. As you can see, like this. We are going to put our engine panels to these holes, but I'm going to take this one off for a bit and then insert my engine panels in, and there are longer ones too. As long as they hold, you can leave them open or closed, it's up to you. Okay, better. Okay, let's continue. After installing the covers, I'm going to install the seals, one to the here, the button-like one. There are hooks in these 3D printed things. They are very small. If you don't break them, you can just insert those hooks in. Okay, now these two are done. And don't forget to put your huge wrench. At this step, I'm going to get my side covers and install these handles to my side covers. There are these two holes in here. From these holes, I'm going to install my side covers for both of the sides. And then I'm going to glue my side covers after I insert them into my tank, like this. Now I'm going to install the second cover to here too. Now we are going to insert this triangular piece into here. We are going to put this front cover right in here. Now we are going to insert our small tanks into these spaces. Let's assemble our ladders to these places. We are going to make this handle assembly. Now we will take this big one and insert this ring piece into it, and then our roller, and then put this triangular holder from the behind of it, and then it is ready to be inserted right over here. Now I'm going to place my bullets. Now I'm going to insert the weapon support. Now we are going to assemble the back part of our tank, back section of our tank. What are we going to do is to get these two pieces and slide these covers on top of them, like this. Slide the other cover on top of the second one too. And then we will connect two back pieces together with the male and female connection section, and same thing over here too. You can easily see the orientation from my assembly. So again, I'm going to use some glue to increase the strength of the piece in the connection section. Okay. Now I'm going to insert the hinges to the mouth section of these pieces. These are our small hinges, so let's insert them. Okay, now we are going to assemble our back section of the tank into the main body. There are hinges right over each side, but I'm going to glue them to make sure everything fits perfectly. And let it freeze for a couple minutes. Now we are going to assemble our turret. So we will use our glue in a couple places, and I will start by installing this one into here. Now I'm going to use a little bit of glue at this section and then put this piece. You will need to hold these pieces together until they froze. Now we are going to attach our turret gear. So first we are going to attach this, and then we will get our small gear and the shaft of the gear all together like this. And then we are going to get this assembly and insert it into the here like this. Now we are going to attach the turret steering wheel into our piece like this. It started to look really good. And then we are going to insert this piece right into this section over here. Now we are going to insert this small shaft into the hole right over there. But what I'm going to do is to hold this shaft like this so that I can push this one from the bottom. Now we are going to assemble another shaft holder into these plus shaped holes, and we are going to get our pieces and fit it in like here, and a little hole here, and now it is time to put our steering wheel to the shaft, and this one is done too. Now let us assemble our weapon. So we have a couple main parts for our weapon. The longest gun number 1, gun number 2 and gun number 3. So let's assemble them into each other, but again I need to use some glue to stabilize them. This is first assembly, and then this is the second section. Now we are going to put our weapon hose, but again I'm going to use my glue to hold it properly like this. And at this point we are going to put our weapon gear to this slide over here. Now we are going to insert these weapon holder units from each side, push them in, and they fits perfectly. Now we are going to put this small piece to this section of our weapon. Okay, and then we are going to get our smaller units that will be assembled on top of our weapon, and we will insert them like this, and the smaller one too, and they will fit in, and they will like this. Okay, let's put some glue to these holes too. Okay. This is just not what I'm going to do is to again dip a little bit glue in here and then insert this section to our bottom weaponry, and then again I'm going to pour some glue here and install our back stage. And fit it in. Stick. My print is really bad in here because of the sport material that I use and the removal process, but and then we will get our bottom piece and the top piece, and we will fit them in together, but we need to extend the size a little bit so that they can fit into the holes and snap fit. Okay. The good thing is this thing can go up and down. As you can see, the weapon, the gears are working really perfectly like this. Okay, now I'm going to insert this knob in here to stabilize the weaponry system so that it will move properly. Okay, let's try to insert our last piece. At this step, I'm going to take my weapon and insert it to the circular housing at the bottom. So it can go up, down like this. We have little bit turn space in there if you don't glue it, of course. If you glue it, you will not have that space. But this is really a nice section over here. I'm going to put a little bit glue in here because I know that these pieces are not gonna attach to each other properly. I mean, the orientation of this piece is really up to you. If you want, you can just put it like that or the other way around. I'm going to keep it like this. Okay guys, we are almost there. This is the very last piece. Very last piece. And I'm going to insert it like this. Like giving the effect of gravity is pulling it down. Done. And our tank is ready for battle. Let's take a big look. This one can go up and down. Man, this is a masterpiece. It's like 145 or 49 unique parts by over 200 overall parts. It takes lots of time, lots of effort. I 3D print everything with Creality CR10 and use the 5 different color of the filaments. I hope you guys liked it and enjoy this one. It's really nice journey to build this tank.